Alrighty, so I'm doing my first Theros draft here, and this pick is a no-brainer. Hundred-handed one is just sort of wins game. 3/5 for a vigilance. A 4 mana 3/5 vigilance is really strong by itself, and when it becomes monstrous, even though it's a heavy white commitment, it's basically impossible to kill because it has reach and it can block a bunch of dudes, and yeah, just really easily wins you the game. This pack is actually incredibly powerful. We have Magma Jet as a very solid red pick, and probably the safest choice. I mean, it's only a small red commitment. You can end up splashing it. Other cards that I really enjoy would be Wingsteed Rider, especially in this format where Heroic is so explosive. This guy is the pinnacle of that. Heliod's Emissary is also very good. God's Willing is also very strong, very powerful combat trick. And the rest of the cards aren't too powerful. I do like Nilia's Disciple and Savage Surge, but yeah, I'm going to take 100-handed one. And notably, we're passing a lot of white in that pack, so hopefully that doesn't bite us, but we have to take the best card. Here, however, it's a bit of a tougher choice. Horizon Scholar and Prescient Chimera are both very powerful picks. They don't really fit with what we want to be doing just yet, but we really don't know what we want to be doing. Grey Merchant is very powerful, especially if you have a heavy black commitment. However, if we are going to heavy black, then it might clash with our triple white for monstrous on the 100-handed one. Not that I know that I'm going to be sticking in white, but that's something to consider. So I think the top choices here would definitely be the Scholar, Chimera, Read the Bones, and Grey Merchant. The other cards don't impress me too much. And then it just really depends on what goes better with white. I believe blue goes better with white just because you get to hit the double heroics, and black doesn't really have too much in the way of that. So I'm just going to go with the Scholar, I think. And here we don't have too much. Fanatic of Mogus is very powerful in red. Horizon Chimera is not really what we have in mind. I mean, it's a very powerful card, but we're not in green just yet. We are possibly in blue, but I don't really want to be picking that up just yet. If we want to be sticking with white, we could take Ordeal of Heliod, which is pretty good. It's not the most impressive of the ordeals, but there seems to be very racy. You kind of swing with your giant dudes, and then the other opponent swings with his giant dudes. So this is one of the few ways of actually getting back when you're lost in tempo, or rather it's a good tempo gainer, and if you do a one drop into Ordeal, you usually win games. Otherwise, we got some green still passing through. Nessian Courser's fine, Disciple's fine. I think I'm just going to take the Chimera, though. He's very powerful. And if we do stick to green and we stay on blue, then that's still fine. Here things get decisively not so good. Lightning Strike is very powerful, and that might be an indicator that red is actually open. Also, Stone Shock Giant also wins games. Very, very powerful card. Yeah, we have a good trickling of red. Scholar Theros is pretty powerful. Just as a 1/4 for the 3, it's fine, but then life drain does add up. And I'm also a fan of the Logona Band Elder, which usually he gains either 3 life, so he's sweet tempo. You're going to be running enchantments, and yeah, he's good. But I think I'm just going to be taking the Lightning Strike here. I feel like that's a sign that red might be open, so I'm just going to pick it up. Ooh, okay. So I would say Farika's Mender is the best card here. 4/3 for 5 is pretty good. Still a very large body, but then you also get the extra value of picking up a creature or enchantment afterwards. So it's card advantage in a set that really doesn't have that much card advantage. The best card advantage card, I would say, would be Read the Bones in black. But otherwise, you don't see too much of it. And there's not much else here. Erebos' Emissary is also a really huge beater. Very, very powerful. We have no black indication. We don't really have much of a green indication either. It depends if we want to be taking in the multicolor card and go a little bit greedier, or just take the Emissary. I think I'll stick with the Emissary. So we're not really sure where we want to be just yet. A couple more sweet blue cards and a good white card. Geez, this is not easy. I don't really understand where everybody's going here. Wavecrash Trident and the Nimbus Naiad are both very powerful picks. I don't know if I should be picking Bestow before Heroic. I feel like Bestow should be picked before Heroic, but I feel also that people are going for Heroic first, so I really don't know. I think I'm going to play it safe and just take the Nimbus Naiad, I guess? I don't know. Maybe just God's Willing, because I have 100-handed one, and so far that's still my best card. Yeah, I'm just going to go for God's Willing. So we're currently all over the place. No powerful signals just yet. I think Ill-Tempered Cyclops is the best card here, and it goes with the Lightning Strike, but yeah, we don't have any green, that's for sure. I mean, the Vulpine Goliath is also a solid pickup too. There's no blue. The Ox is okay, but not really what I want to be doing. Or is it? No. I think I'm just gonna go for the Cyclops. I don't know. This is a little bit messed up so far. Okay. Not a whole bunch of cards here. I think I'm just gonna take the Alcid. It's not the best Bestow. I'd say it's the weakest one, but if we have to start cutting a color, I just want to be in white at this point for 100-handed one. Kind of hard to lose with that. Another God's Willing is fine. I don't want to pick up any more of that, but it's fine that it wheeled. Notably, the other two white cards obviously were taken. I don't really remember what else was that good in this pack. But this pack was pretty powerful, the opener we got. We noticed that blue-red dude hasn't been picked up, but I think I'm going to be fine with God's Willing. Some Heroic triggers would be sweet, now that we have two Heroics. Here, I don't know what the secondary colors is going to be just yet, but none of this seems particularly interesting. I like the idea of these guys, but a 2/2 for 4 is just so underwhelming at the very beginning. I think I'm just going to take the Coastline Chimera. Maybe have blue as a secondary. Ooh, and then we have a Nessian Courser. Wait, that might be a signal, actually. So I'm going to happily take that, and maybe green will actually pan out. I think I'm going to have to take the Elder here. Again, we're cutting white. The other two cards aren't particularly great. I really don't like running Commune, and Cracking Trident is fine, but yeah, the Elder is actually quite good. You end up picking up a lot of just random bestow creatures and stuff, so it ends up being quite powerful. And we got a sideboard card, so we're going pretty well. It doesn't seem like black is panning out, and I'm not really sure about red just yet. The late Lightning Strike and Cyclops is kind of odd. Here we got some interesting choices. I guess I'm taking the Heliod. I don't think it's particularly powerful, but I don't know. If we weren't taking that, we'd probably be taking Thassa's Emissary. The Ordeals are always pretty strong if you have some 1-drops. Cavern Lampit is pretty good. Yeah, nothing else is too crazy. I like the Thassa's Emissary quite a bit. Draws you a bunch of cards. There's a 3/3 guy for 4, that's fine. Bestow is also great. But yeah, I'm just going to take Heliod. I don't know if I'm going to be running him, but it might be worth a couple tickets. And if I do commit heavily into white for some reason, then he would be quite good. And I guess making tokens for 4 mana isn't the worst. So yeah, I'm just going to take that here. It has some good inevitability. Goes well with 100-handed one. If I just lock down the board, then that is fine. We have a couple good black cards. Notably, the person who's passing to us is not black, because Night Howler is very good. I guess we could be jumping into black. I'm not sure yet. We could just stay safe and take the Lagona Band Elder. I think that's significantly better than the Priest. There's another Nessian Courser, but I don't know if it's going to be passed around the table or not. We don't have any blue. Well, we have Voyage's End, which is fine. I'm not really locked into blue yet. I think the black card is still better than the blue so far. We don't have a lot of heroic in blue, in black is the only thing. Not that we have any heroic creatures yet, so that could be just fine. I think I'm just gonna take the Night Howler. I think it's a big card, so I'll just go for that. Or actually, maybe the white card was a smarter idea, just so we can get Heliod activated more. Maybe that should be our game plan, actually. So change of plans. Maybe I take the Elseid over... Well, Trident Fortune Hunter's good. Nimbus Nide's good. Ugh. I don't really want to take this guy over something else, but... I don't know. Did we hide anything? I thought we had, like, No, we didn't really hide anything important. Okay. So, Nimbus 9 is probably the best card. Also, Trident Fortune Hunter and the Hoplite, which we're not going to be running. The Elseid is a little bit lower on the scale, but it is a white card, and if we're just pushing white, then I guess we'll just take that. Maybe just try to push mono white as hard as possible. Or we take Sentry of the Underworld and then just stick with white black. That seems fine. I mean, the Grey Merchant's amazing, and I love God's Willing, and Return Centaur and blah 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 is great, but this guy is insane. And he also helps with Devotion, which is nice. So I'm going to be picking that one up. 3/3 Flying Vigilance is very hard to race, and the fact that he doubles up as a very powerful blocker is what puts him over the edge. So I'm going to pick that one up and solidify myself into black-white, I think. We're not going to get that Grey Merchant, which is sucky, but not the worst. Not the worst at all. Ugh, and then we don't really get anything here. We kind of whiff. Rave Dissolution's okay, but I don't really want to put it into the main deck. Chosen by Heliod isn't something that I want to do so much, especially when we don't have any heroic dudes yet. Wavecrash Trident is definitely what I want to be doing, but we don't have black just yet, or blue. We want to kind of commit to black, so I think that would be a wasted pick. Maybe pick Chosen by Heliod? It just seems so weak. I don't know, we could just be like a Dirtly deck, actually. We have Heliod and 100-handed one. We just win by attrition. So yeah, I think I'll just pick that one up. Why not? And speaking of attrition, we just wait until Evangel of Heliod comes out, and we can win if we have a high devotion to white. So I think that's what we're going to do here. The Battle Priest is fine. It fits our curve a little bit better. And now that we have a game plan, let's start hiding the colors we're not running. Yeah, the Battle Priest is fine as an early blocker, but Evangel is quite a powerful finisher if you're in the right colors. Oh, my poor... There we go. I just feel like we can get the Battle Priest later on, so we're just going to take the Heliod and be a little bit greedy. And here we have a bear, so we're just going to take the bear. The Wavecrash Trident is kind of annoying. I think these guys are really, really powerful, and it seems like blue is underdrafted if the Wavecrash Tridents are coming so late, or people just don't understand how nutty it is. But we're not going on to that anymore. We have some sweet black cards, and we're just going to stick with those as splashes at the very least. So we're just filling out on the white right now. Nothing here that's particularly awesome. Disciple's fine, and Return Centaur is also fine, but they're not very exciting. Neither is the Viper's Kiss. The Griffin's not very good if you can't activate it. It's not very good in general, I think. 5 mana for a 3/2 is underwhelming, to say the least. And the activate is kind of expensive. I mean, it's fine as a late game thingy, but I don't know. I'll probably take Disciple's harder to cast. Let me just take it, though. I feel it's more powerful. 2/4 is a fine blocker, but at the same time, it doesn't do too much for us. Cavern Lampad or another Philosopher. I just want to fix my curve right now, so I'm going to be taking the Philosopher, even though the Cavern is probably a little bit better. I just want to have earlier plays to do things and not die early. I think that makes sense, right? No, I'm greedy. Oh, I'm so bad. Well, we got the battle priest. That's sweet. A couple of battle priests early on with as all the heroic triggers that we're running is pretty sweet. Here we don't really have anything. The hoplite might indicate that white-red is a little bit open. I don't know. This draft has been a little bit weird so far. And we don't really want to run either of these. I guess the Minotaur is a little bit better because it curves better, so I'm just going to take that. So we have a pretty alright deck. I mean, we have Heliod. So as long as we pick up a couple more white stuff, then we should be fine. A couple more Battle Priests would actually be ideal in this deck. Even though I don't think it's the best card in general, it's pretty solid here because we have so many heroic triggers and we need some more 2-drops. And we kind of win late game. Oh my. Well, of all times to actually open up the nuts, this is probably the best time. Elspeth just wins you the game. This pack is not very strong for us in general, and Elspeth is gonna pay for this draft. Yeah, I haven't opened up money online or physical cards in quite a while, so Elspeth is a happy sight. Now I feel pretty good about this draft so far. 100-handed one, Heliod, and Elspeth. Yeah, we're doing it. Okay, what do we follow up with that? I really like Heliod's Emissary. We have a lot of 4-drops though, but we could cut down at this point. Scholar Theros is good, but I feel like I can wheel it. I mean, it is a white-black, and there are a number of playables. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It will be close, but I don't know. I think Heliod's Emissary is just better. And hopefully I can be picking up a couple more of the Elders. I hope they wheel a little bit late. And they go better with enchantments. And I don't think we need the drain life too much. I don't know. I'm going to go for the Emissary. I'm greedy. Probably going to take out like the Disciple of Phoenix because double black is a little bit harsh if we're trying to push the Devotion of White. Here we don't really have anything. I guess people are in our colors. Last Breath isn't the worst. I mean, it is an early play, and if we do need more things to do on turn 2, then we shall run it. Yeah, doesn't seem awful. Also, I'm not rushing to race my opponent, so... Oh. So dirtling for a bit is fine. We have 2 really sweet red cards. I really love Griptide as a blue combat trick just because removal's so crappy that instant speed pseudo removal is very powerful because people will spend a lot of mana to bestow their creatures, to monsterify their creatures, so putting that creature on top of their deck not only is a superior bounce at instant speed, but it also denies them their next card that they would have potentially drawn because you're putting that card back on top of their library so they don't get to draw a new card. Yeah, it's a big tempo gain, really puts people behind, especially like monsters and bestowed creatures, and it trades 1 for 1. It's awesome. But yeah, I'm going to take the Elder here because he's exactly what I need. With so many enchantments in the deck, picking up just a couple more of those guys is really good. Here we have a total whiff. Boon of Erebos is playable, but I don't think I'd be running it. There's still a lot of greens, so green seems to be open, particularly in this pack. Nessian Courser, Nemesis of Morals, Goliath, Disciple are all very good. Boon, I don't think we're going to be running at this point. We already have 21 cards. We just need 1 more, really. I guess if we need that 1 more card. No, I'm just going to hate. I'm not going to be running Boon. Okay, another miss. Oh, well, Yoked Ox is actually decent here. We don't have any 1-drops, and he's a blocker, and we win in the late game, so... That's fine. Yeah. It's a good pickup. Nothing here. Very late Lightning Strike, Flame Speaker Adept, I love. This dude I won't run. I mean, he's really good at walking for Elspeth, I guess. But still not something that I'd particularly be interested in. So I think I'm just going to take the Lightning Strike. It's more of a hate rather than anything, I guess. Yeah. Snarecaster is a dude. You can play him on turn 2. It can't be the worst. I don't really like his ability, but whatever, he's a dude. Oop, yeah, and we got another Elder. That's sweet. So we basically have the deck, and it's sweet. Can't really complain about anything. Still a lot of good green. I think I'm just going to take the... what do I do? I don't like going against Trample if I have like a lot of weenies. Yeah, I'll just take the Goliath. So 23, we're probably going to go down to 22. Take out the Minotaur, I guess. Ooh, Nessian Asp this late? This guy's probably the best green common. No, definitely the best green common. One of the best commons in general. He's insane. I'm going to hate that one away. Could have had a pretty good white-green deck, I think. But our black splash is pretty decent. And I'll just take away this. Yeah, our white-green could have been pretty sweet. Oh, wow. Emissary is very good. And so late, too. Maybe we'll double-check how much green we picked up. Might swap it out. Swap out the black for it. I do really like Sentry of the Underworld, though. Okay, those are going in for sure. I guess I'll take Chosen by Heliod, because we want to play defensive anyway. And he counts for Devotion, and he triggers Elder, so that's good stuff. Last Breath probably isn't the worst, so I'm just going to throw it in. And Snarecaster is just a white dude, so I'm going to throw that in as well. So we need basically 4 more cards. I'm going to go 18 land for sure. So we're almost there with Lightning Strikes and the Ill-Tempered Cyclops. I don't really want to run the Hoplite. He's an okay attacker, but I guess attacking's not the worst. I don't think that's how the deck's going to win though, but he's pretty insane with the Evangel. If you had Trample, I mean. Our black is not the best. I like the Night Howler, but I don't think we're going to be running that. Let's see it with green. I don't really have too much. Because I wasn't thinking that we're actually going to go into green, but I mean, we could throw in this, Courser's fine. Don't really want anything else though. Let's take that one out. I really want the Sentry of the Underworld. I think that's really good. If we do Lightning Strike, Ill-Tempered Ogre, Hoplite. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 enchantments. Not that great with the Elder. But we do get Lightning Strikes, and those are awesome. I'm not sure, really. Lightning Strikes are awesome. The Ill-Tempered Ogre Cyclops is good. The other guys aren't too insane. No, you know what? I think I'm just going to go stick with black. So I'm going to get the Sentry in here. Emissary. Go greedy with the Night Howler. Cavern Lampred for sure. I don't know if I can afford this. Maybe just a Fellhide Boar Minotaur. Tough choice, tough choice. Those 2 lightning strikes is definitely good. Ill-tempered Cyclops is fine. Yeah, you know what? I can't see lightning strike, sentry. No, sentry's also devotion, and we're kind of devotion heavy with Heliod. I'm just gonna do it like this, and oof, double black. I think I'm just gonna go with the Minotaur. I don't want to be risking double black, even though it's a really sweet card. The Minotaur is just gonna be more on the ball usually. Sucks that we can't have the lightning strikes. That's what I really want from red. Double lightning strike is really sweet, especially if we don't have that many 2-drops, and it disrupts our opponent's heroic shenanigans. But I don't know. I like picking up the Sentry here. Sentry is very powerful, and then 2 enchantments to help with the Elder is pretty powerful. And the Minotaur is okay. No, I'm gonna go greedy. Night Howler it is. Let's see how that turns out. Okay, suggestions. 14-4, and I want to do Night Howler. Okay, Night Howler comes out again. That was a cool idea, but let's go for the Minotaur, I guess. Yeah, that seems fine. 18 lands, fairly decent curve. These 2 are pretty flexible, as is the Heliod's Emissary. We got Heliod, we got the 100-handed one, we win by attrition, we got Elspeth. Yeah, we're good. Yeah, let's see how it goes.